1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006. Oh hey, didn't see you there. Thanks for joining us on part 2 of the workout. We are moving on to upper body, and you don't have to do 1,000 reps. So if you do, there may just be a prize, but you'll provide video evidence, of course, because I want to make sure it really happened. We are starting with a standing row today, okay? This one is a little tricky to do without a band. The usual alternative is to do a cable-seated row, obviously on a cable machine, which most people don't have in their own homes. So definitely needing the definitely needing the bands today. A looped band is going to be fine. One with handles will also be perfect. If you need to loop this around something such as a balcony, what you would do is you would just thread one end through the other. Yeah? You see how easy that is? Because that's going to be a safe way to anchor the cable for a lot of you, just depending on where you position that band. For me, it's the good old door handle. And what we're going to do is we're going to step back until we have a nice amount of tension in the band. Chest is lifted. Remember the string on the center of the chest pulling up towards the ceiling. Ribs stay down, so not arching the back excessively, shortening the distance, ribs to the hips. Glutes on. You should in fact feel your glutes and your hamstrings work just a little bit to keep you in place. And from here, it's all about pulling the elbows past you and almost around the body if you can. Yeah? So pulling back, elbows in, trying to almost get your elbows to touch each other as they come back. Shoulders down. So we know the shoulders like to help a lot, but we do not want their help for this. And that's it. How to do this without a band? It's a little bit tricky. If you only have weights, what I would suggest is going to be the bent over row, using both arms at the same time. So I'll show you that with plates. Dumbbells would be just perfect. Kettlebells would be the same, just absolutely perfect. So nice tall posture, chest up, shoulders down, back. Little bend to the knees, forwards from the hips, almost like you would for a deadlift, but then we're pulling up from there, elbows in towards the body, and then back down. Strong core, glutes on. So if you don't have a band, or if you just want more of a challenge actually, because this is probably going to be harder, then you can do this. We definitely did the single arm variation earlier in the week. Yeah? So that is your first exercise. Moving on to something more chest and front of the shoulder focused, we're going to do a plank to a push-up, okay? So we're going to need a nice amount of floor space, probably a yoga mat or towel to go under the elbows. You can see I've collected a nice little bruise here myself. So make sure you're not going to be sliding on the floor. I like my feet a little bit wider than usual for this, so more like shoulder width rather than hip width. And we're going to start in a low plank. So elbows under the shoulders, feet about shoulder width apart, glutes on, weights forwards. And from here, look at where your elbows are. They should be under your shoulders. You're going to put one hand there, and then the other, and replace it with your elbow and the other side. So everything should always be more or less under the shoulder, not out here. That ain't it. Make your chest work. Bring it right back. Watch the hips. Hips will like to twist and turn. We want to keep them still. So keep your glutes on to help you so that they don't move too much. Now, if this is a little tricky, it can be done on your knees, just like you would for a push-up, just like you would for a plank, okay? So same deal, except you're on your knees, ribs in. We don't want the hips too high, we don't want too much arching in the lower back, yeah? We pull the ribs in, glutes on, hands under the shoulders, elbows under the shoulders. Same, same. Same, same. And of course you can also do this on an incline surface. So if you had a couch or a coffee table, you could do the same thing there. This is probably just a little bit too high for me in my dimensions, but you get the picture, yeah? Everything stays under the shoulders, core stays on, and that's how we roll. That is exercise number 2. So you're going to go from doing one side, always up and down on the same side, and then you're going to change. Depending, probably 8 is a good starting point, 8 to 12 each side, and then go on to the third exercise, which I'm about to show you. We're going to be doing a front raise. So this is more shoulder focused, again more front and mid shoulder. If you have a band, one with handles, just as fine. It's going to be just as usable as a looped one. You want one with a little bit lesser resistance, so not too thick. And from here we're going to be holding nice straight arms. We're going to raise the band in front and then come back down. Keeping that chest lifted. Remember the string on the center of the chest being pulled up towards the ceiling. Ribs stay down towards the hips. Glutes on, core on. We come up just until the wrists are in line with the shoulders or slightly above is okay. So this is how we do it with a band. Now you can do this with weights as well. For shoulder exercise, I'm going to recommend something closer to 3 to 5 kilograms. These are 10, it's a little bit much, so make sure with a plate instead. These are 5 kilo plates. Well, what you would do with your kettlebell or dumbbell. Chest up, shoulders back. Now if you want to do both arms at a time, you can. Because of the size of the plates, I would just do one arm and then the other. Just because of the dimensions of the plate. But both arms at the same time is perfectly fine, especially with dumbbells. And you're coming just above shoulder height if you can, or parallel to the ground, keeping the wrists in line with the shoulders, strong through the torso, ribs down, glutes on. Get a nice little burn in those shoulders. And that's it, guys. So then of course you have your rest, have a drink, and then you go back to your rows or your bent over double arm row before going into your plank to push up. Don't get a bruise, use a towel or a yoga mat, and then onto your front raises for your shoulders. And I will see you in the next workout.